Welcome back to the Showcase Pro Wrestling Recap. I'm TJ Albin, the cheapest podcaster.
Whoa. We have been doing this for how long now? We all know how this goes. This is not the Showcase Pro Wrestling Recap. This is In the Spotlight with yours truly, the all Paul Holloway, featuring the flawless Nick Diamond, and also starring Jay Hollywood, now joining Rambo, and what does that say? The cheapest man in professional wrestling, TJ Albin. Oh no, that's better than TJ Albin, Paul Holloway. Welcome to my show. Welcome to the Showcase Recap. I have to say it verbatim, right? I have to say it for the sponsorships. Thank you for joining us, guys. It's so nice to have you all here. Can't believe it. It's been a long time.
Well, nice to be here, Paul. You know, we've been doing this for a while. This is our summer recap. This is closing out our summer as we have the road to Autumn Annihilation coming up this fall. And, you know, we had a long summer here in Showcase. You know, the pandemic came to a close and we had COVID combat. And what a great summer so far as we're moving on to our next season here in Showcase for Season 5. A lot of newcomers, a lot of new people coming in. These rankings are looking crazy right now, but we're going to jump right into it. Nick and Rambo, thank you for joining us this evening for this stuff. We're going to jump right into the singles rankings. Our number one ranked competitor, the number one contender for the Showcase Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, and the all Paul Holloway's, going to work him. September 12th, Platinum City. Carlos Slavin. Nick Diamond, I'm gonna go to you first. What do you think about Carlos Slavin being the number one contender and the number one ranked competitor here in Showcase Pro Wrestling?
I mean, Jay, how many times have you said that in the last 2 years? How many times has Carlos Slavin been number one contender, almost the guy, but for some reason can never just pull the trigger? He can never be the champion. And there's a reason for that. And everyone knows the reason for that. He is a charisma vacuum. However, there's no way he's going to beat my partner, the all Paul Holloway of Platinum City Gaming. I guarantee it. That's what I think of Carlos Slavin.
Cool. TJ, what's your opinion on that?
Well, as far as Carlos goes, he puts in the work, puts the time in. He's right up at the top, deserves the heavyweight championship opportunity coming to him eventually. But I hope to see him climb even further than that, winning the title against Vega and against Paul at Platinum City Gaming as far as that goes. I mean, I've had my days with Paul, but I mean...
TJ, did you forget to bring your chapstick for how much ass you've been kissing on Carlos?
Yeah, all right, Paul. The question was towards me, all right? You'll get your spotlight in just a second, all right?
Yeah, but Paul, Nick Diamond say, your teammate here, Carlos been on top. He's been the number one contender multiple times, but for some reason he keeps falling short to Vega, our champion. What it can be different now for him going into, when it happens, his chance. What do you think he can do different?
You say it for some reason. No, the reason is Carlos isn't that good anymore. He at one point was the top prospect in Showcase Pro Wrestling, much like somebody else who we'll get into in a little bit. He's earned that mantle. He came in as the Golden Boy, the Rookie of the Year, had all this weight on his shoulders. He had a lot to live up to, and I guess he just couldn't handle the pressure. And looking now back in some of my comments on him in the past about how he needs to fight, climb up the ladder over this, and go through the roller coaster and the motions, I can only care so much. I really can. I mean, opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. It doesn't matter. He can come up with whatever excuse it is when I beat him next time or when he loses again at that championship opportunity. He can come up with whatever excuse he wants. But at the end of the day, he sucks. He hasn't been relevant enough since he lost the Sons of Liberty championship, and he's been climbing up that ladder, but he can't seem to get that one piece of footing that he needs to step up. And somebody who has been doing that is my partner and myself. And now I'm going to prove it at Platinum City Gaming that every time that I have been facing Carlos Slavin, it's been in a tournament capacity. And as history deems to repeat itself, he's not that good when it comes to holding up his end of the bargain, no matter how far he goes in a tournament capacity. He made it to the finals, both tournaments in the last year. Guess what? He lost his opportunity. This isn't a tournament capacity. This is where it matters most. Because our futures rely on this match, because this match counts towards the rankings. This match counts. And I don't think Carlos is going to be able to do it where it counts.
Yeah. Well, Rambo, you're new to our recap here. I just want to ask you, do you agree or disagree with all Paul Holloway here? Do you think Carlos is not going to reach, that goal that he has in his mind? Do you think he can reach that goal and get the gold?
I do kind of disagree with Paul there, As he just mentioned, he has been a finalist in the past 2 tournaments. He is a past title holder, and he is always in the picture. So even though he may fall short, this could be his time where he actually clinches the title. He has the experience. We see him prove himself time and time again. He's progressing. He's getting better, I feel, when I watch his matches. So it'll be an interesting matchup, and we'll see where things go from here,
Great. We're going to move on from Carlos Slavin, a bit more on the card for September 12th, him and Paul. But our next ranked competitor, the number 2 ranked competitor, is the sensational Scott Lebeck. He is the number 1 contender for the Sons of Liberty Championship against the SOG Ronnie Ribbs. TJ, what do you think about Scott?
Scott Lebeck coming back into Showcase Pro Wrestling and now climbing the rankings in just a short matter of time. It just shows the dedication that he has right now. And now to get an opportunity at the Sons of Liberty Championship at Platinum City Gaming on September 12th against the SOG, who is the SOL champion, Ronnie Ribbs. I think it's going to be a very competitive match, and I hope to see – the people, let's be honest, the people want to get their money's worth, and I hope to see the people get their money's worth when it's Ronnie versus Scott on the card.
Great. Paul, what do you think?
It's been a while since we've seen Scott Lebeck. And coming from a perspective of somebody young in the business, I guess is the term that we use, greenie. Looking at both of their accomplishments, I favor Ronnie Ribbs. Because look at this guy. He's a Grand Slam champion. He was somebody who would win at any and all costs. I don't think since the Bitter Club breakup that Scott Lebeck is willing to win at any and all costs. I don't know if his head's still in the game or not. I think that there might be a little bit of doubt. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not Scott Lebeck. I'm not in that perspective. I'm not in his shoes. But needless to say the less, it's going to be a good match. They've fought many times before in the past, and they're both veterans in the ring. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Cool. Nick, do you have anything to say about the sensational one being the number 1 contender for the Sons of Liberty Championship?
Well, let's see. I've been in the ring with both of these men. And the last time I was in the ring with Scott Lebeck, he took me to town. It was a great match, and I respected him for the match that we had. Ronnie Ribbs, another match. Didn't come out the way that I wanted to come out. That's okay. So for this specific scenario, and the amount of time that I've known both of these competitors, and how much I know that the sensational one has been going to drive this force forward, I think he's walking away the new Sons of Liberty champion and another Grand Slam champion in Showcase Pro Wrestling. I'm going to go with sensational Scott Lebeck.
Great. Rambo, Scott sits at number 2. He's, he took a little break and came back. He's been, 50-50, been up and down. Do you think he takes it all on September 12th?
This is a tough one for me. Obviously, Ronnie has been active, but that break for Scott may be something that has energized him. He may be revitalized, and going into this match with this opportunity, he may seize it. I'm not saying he's my pick. As of right now, it's pretty up in the air for me. These guys, they're both veterans. They're both big men. It's going to be it's going to be a good one. Everyone should show up, tune in, and check it out.
Well, great. We're going to continue on to our number ranked 3 competitor here in Showcase. I'm going to go to Nick Diamond. This is the guy you're going against. The premier Louis Leon, what you refer to him as, what, a guppy? That's what you guys call him? Nick, let me hear it.
All right, so
Friend.
Louis Leon. I've been in the ring with him more than once now, more than twice now in the last 3 months. All summer, basically, I've been kicking Lewis's rear end all over the place. So, Platinum City Gaming on September 12th, it's going to be more of the same. I say this a lot to, Paul and to some of my other friends. Louis is the greatest Royal Rumble champion. Do you know what that is in WWE? It means nothing. You can't be good enough to win an actual championship. You're not actually winning the Royal Rumble. You're winning a side super show in Saudi Arabia or New Bedford, Massachusetts. It means nothing. So when we're back on the rankings, Flawless Nick Diamond is going to move up that list. There's no doubt about it. That's all I got to say about Louis Leon.
I couldn't have said that any better myself, partner. I mean, look at this. Myself and my partner, and to perspective with the dynamic of Carlos and Louis. Me and Nick are an equal unit. Carlos and Louis are like looking into a mirror with one another. I mean, Louis is kind of like Carlos in a way. I don't think he can get the job done when it matters most. Because like I said, and like my partner said, this was a tournament capacity. He won a fake championship that may or may not ever be defended again. When it matters most, me and my partner have always been out on top. I've beaten Louis several times. My partner's beaten Louis several times in both singles and tag capacity. Listen, I know Louis has a lot on his shoulders right now, and I know he's been carried in favor by a lot of people, including a couple of people on this very podcast or stream or whatever you call it. A lot of people have been supporting him over guys like me and Nick, who do the exact same work, who put in the exact same amount of effort into our performances. But we're not the premier. We're not the Golden Boys. And I think my partner, the flawless one, is going to put on a flawless performance with the box office flop, the guppy, Louis, what's his name?
Well, TJ, Nick and Paul have their own opinions. I want to hear your opinion about the premier, Louis Leon.
All right. So I got to talk to Louis on Cheap Talk Wrestling at Cheap Wrestling. Guys, make the cheap plugs here. I mean, he got the opportunity to join me on the podcast, so I got to talk to him a little bit. But for Louis to be in an opportunity that he had to win the first ever Whaling City Festival championship, again, it's a yearly title, so who knows if he's going to be that champion in a year from now, or if it's just something that is just like a defining point in his career for now. Will he define it? Maybe. If he does, good on him. It's a starting point. It's a launching point for him. And to be where he's at in the rankings, just one more ranking away from getting an opportunity at the Sons of Liberty, even the heavyweight championship. He's climbing the rankings faster than, I'll say, Paul. But again, I mean, Louis is on fire right now, and I hope to see him progress in the future. And I hope he's not just a name in a bingo hall. I hope he launches himself to a larger plateau.
Yeah, I mean, it's only it's a championship for a year. He doesn't get to defend it all year like a regular champion, but it's a stepping stone in his career. Rambo, he defeated some big competitors. He beat, I believe, Big Matt Thompson and Big Jim Anderson to get to the finals to beat Carlos Laban. That's a huge, mountains to go over. Those are 3 good, tough competitors. What do you think the future holds for Louis Leon?
I see nothing but great things for him. Obviously, these 2, Nick and Paul, they have their own opinions, but they're not ranked like he is, and he did win the Whaling City Festival tournament. He's, whatever they want to call the title, he is a champion, and he beat the number 1 contender as of right now for that title. So, that speaks volumes. He has a great gas tank. He's got great agility. He's quick. And he has skyrocketed since he's made his debut. So I see nothing but good things coming for him.
Great. We're going to move on here. We're going to move to our fourth-ranked competitor, the diabolical Scott Ledur. He's been going through this up and down story with our champion here, Vega. Paul, what do you think about Scott being top 4?
If there's anything that I haven't already said about this guy, nobody really knows much about him. I don't think I really want to know much about him and his dark past and what made him who he is today, or what contents are inside that doll, whether it be a spirit or another person. I don't want to know. All I know is that he creeps me the hell out, just like those clowns that have been running around. He creeps me the hell out. He creeps my partner the hell out. We've talked about this. This is not an environment I want to be a part of. I feel bad for our champion Vega that he has to deal with this up and down the road, keeping one eye over his shoulder whenever he goes anywhere. I mean, he's starting to lose his mind. We can all see it. He thinks Scott's like just everywhere at this point, and I don't blame him. If I got manipulated like that, brainwashed like that, to see Scott everywhere, I'd lose my mind too. I have no idea what's going on with this guy. I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody wants to know what's going on with this guy, but one way or another, I think he's going to try and get what he wants. And that might be
I see him in the top 4 here, and in the back of my mind, I think it's more Annabelle that could be in the top 4. TJ, what do you think? Annabelle is a little more active here in Showcase, if you know what I mean, doing these stand-up appearances. We heard her talk. We didn't physically hear her, see her talk, but we heard her voice. We thought it was Annabelle. It could be Annabelle. What do you think?
It's very interesting with when it comes to Annabelle now with Scott. We're seeing a different style with her. Not only that, we're seeing a different mind in Scott himself, the way he's portraying himself, the way he's acting in that ring and outside of that ring when he's coming to the ring with Annabelle. We're hearing like the voices, we're hearing these different things. Hell, we're even seeing her get stand up and interfere in the match with Vega at Platinum City Gaming last time. So it's very it's a different Annabelle that we're seeing now. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but I'm questioning Scott right now as far as it goes with having her in his corner. Because right now, originally he was a number 1 contender for a heavyweight championship. Now he's climbing down 4. He's been on somewhat of a losing streak in this case, dropping down in the rankings like this. You gotta question what's going into that mind, or what's being said in that mind for a guy like Scott to team with someone like Annabelle.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50 with Scott. He can climb up and he can climb down. It's 50-50. Nick, where do you see Scott, just say within the next 2 months? Do you see him, feed off the energy of Annabelle to do better, or just get in his mind and just do bad? What do you think?
Well, fun fact for everybody. The first SPW wrestler I ever pinned in Showcase Pro Wrestling was the diabolical Scott Ledur. But that wasn't the Scott Ledur that we see today. He's a completely different person and somebody that I do not want to get into the ring with anytime soon. Now, Flawless Nick Diamond's not scared of anyone, but Annabelle, there's something about her. There's something off every time that she's in a match, involved in a match, out there for a match. Something happens. Something is off. So, to answer your question, Annabelle is going to be the person that brings Scott Ledur to the SPW Heavyweight Championship. That is going to be the key driver in being successful.
Okay, cool. Rambo, what's your opinion on the diabolical one?
I think he's ranked number 4, rightfully so. Obviously, we've seen him compete against the champ, Don Vega, multiple times. He brings it to him every time. He may not be victorious, but everyone talks about Annabelle kind of almost being a distraction and an intimidating force for them when they get in the ring against him. I feel like that may be part of the reason that he has shortcomings. he may be distracted and concerned about her as well, which is causing him to take his attention off and come up short. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward with Annabelle by the side, whether she will get involved in the matches again, like we saw last time we were at Platinum City. It's going to be up and down, but he's a great competitor and definitely intimidating, especially when you come from a mental health facility, you know.
Yeah. So we'll continue there. Yeah, he's a strange guy in my opinion as well, and we'll just see when time comes if he goes up or down. And our last ranked competitor here in our top 5 rankings is no other than Big Matt Thompson. In my opinion, he was up there, man. He was right there. He was the Sons of Liberty champion, and he got taken down. And Ronnie Ribbs came in and beat the big guy. But Paul, what do you think about Big Matt here?
What a run! I'm not happy that he beat my partner, but that was a long talk we had to have. But he stood tall and he lived up to the name, Big Matt. He's huge if you've actually ever stepped toe to toe with the guy. But I think there were some defaults. There was some potholes that kind of narrowed his road a little bit here in Showcase Pro Wrestling. I think a specific one goes by the name of HD3.
Yes.
There was a very specific thing that happened at the Whaling City Festival that really kind of dropped him down a little bit in these rankings. He lost a couple times during that festival. But one in particular was that HD3 decided to pick up a new client or decided to not show up. I don't know what's going on with him, if he's going in his own little world, but I think every time we've seen Big Matt Thompson on top, it's been because of HD3. I think he has that underlying factor with him. I mean, great. All the credit to him. Use your resources. Use what you have around you to be on top and win at any and all costs. That's a motto and lifestyle I go by at all times. But ever since you take him out of the equation, he hasn't been able to do the work. I mean, look at it. When he lost the title, HD3 was taken out of the equation before that belt was handed over to Ronnie Ribbs. I think there's just an underlying factor that keeps Big Matt kind of in limbo right now. I think there's something that he's got to prove by himself that HD3 can't prove for him.
Yeah, I agree. HD3, in my opinion, is a distraction. I think if he just does it on his own, it proves it to himself. He's a force to be reckoned with. But Nick, you was in the ring with him not too long ago. You didn't, obviously get the W. But what do you think about the guy?
Okay. First thing, Jay. Matt Thompson's first defeat in Showcase Pro Wrestling was from Flawless Nick Diamond. Let me take you back to February of 2020. Flawless Nick Diamond beat him in Attleboro, so I know him very well. We've had some matches where I won, some matches where I wasn't victorious. He is a beast in that ring. But to my partner's point, HD3 on the outside is detrimental. It's what brought him down, I think. HD3 brings you up, but then if you don't get what you want to get from him, he brings you all the way down, which is why he went from number 2 all the way to number 5 in 2 months almost?
Yep.
As soon as he gets rid of HD3 for good, Big Matt Thompson will once again reign over Showcase Pro Wrestling. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he captured the Sons of Liberty Championship. He beat the Mysterious Clown, Mr. Pickles at the time. He didn't beat him. It was a triple threat. He beat Carlos Slavin, but he took the belt.
He beat Carlos Slavin? Are you sure?
Whoa.
Are you sure he beat Carlos Slavin?
Are you sure he beat Carlos?
Ever losing. That's really, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, Big Matt beat Carlos Slavin, right?
I don't know.
He did on paper, I guess, but it seems to be the Mandela effect that everybody has with this. I don't know, this thing with Carlos that everybody just loves him so much that they just can't go past his losses. Same with Lewis. But yes, back to your point. Matt Thompson, he beat Carlos.
Yeah.
Almost.
You beat Carlos Slavin, But
That's
are you gonna
amazing. He should be
we're
number
gonna get to that in a
one.
second if you could beat Carlos Slavin.
But
But
Don
TJ,
Vega beat Carlos Slavin, but that's okay.
yeah, I know. But TJ, do you feel that HD3 kind of just he thought he was the Sons of Liberty champion? He always had the belt. You think that was a big effect in Big Matt, losing the belt at the time? I don't feel like he felt like he was a champion. What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think Big Matt felt like he was a champion. I feel like it was more of HD3 winning it. And I really want to question his management style with Big Matt Thompson, how he's managing one of his biggest clients, if you want to be honest. He, like Paul brought up, he did bring in a new client during this time. Why wouldn't you have focus on your one big client? He just won. He at one point won you a championship. Yeah, okay, he loses the title for you. Doesn't mean you stop worrying about your biggest client. You work on the next big thing. And that next big thing should be the heavyweight championship or a bigger picture. No, you decide to drop him. Not drop him, but you decide to move on to another client while also taking on Big Matt. So really the question is Howardson Davis III loyal to his clients? Or is he just going to drop him at one point?
Though. I fully agree with you. Very rare. But look at the
very
rare.
Surprising,
his past clients that he's had. I mean, former champions, but look where they are now.
Yes.
Surprise, Alex Price, former Sons of Liberty champion.
Correct.
He's not in Showcase Pro Wrestling anymore ever since he lost the title.
Yep.
He has not been seen with HD3, at least in Showcase Pro Wrestling, since he lost the title. Buddy Romano was the heavyweight champion. He joined forces with HD3 ever since he lost the title. HD3 was nowhere to be seen.
So we're seeing a chain reaction here. And also we have to also remember Noriega. A name
El Rebel Day Noriega, former SPW heavyweight
Noriega.
champion. One of the longest reigning SPW heavyweight champions for a long time. Ever since he lost the title, nowhere to be seen. I hope we see Big Matt Thompson again because he's somebody that could be something.
He could.
And you don't hear that a lot from me.
You don't also hear a lot that he agrees with me, surprisingly. So,
right? Today's bizarro world. It's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. I
feel I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to beat Carlos Slavin for the first time, and my partner is going to be able to beat Luis Leon again for like the millionth time. I'm just in a good mood. We're both in a good mood today.
Ecstatic.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get that in a few minutes, but I want to bring up some upcoming events that we have here at Showcase TV. Showcase Pro Wrestling. September 12th, obviously, we're at Platinum City Gaming in Taunton, Massachusetts, where you will see the Flawless One Diamond go against the Premier Luis Leon. Paul Holloway goes one-on-one with Carlos Slavin. And also you will see my guy TJ Albin doing some announcements in the ring, doing his thing. And my new commentary teammate here, Rambo, me and Rambo will be doing commentary for Showcase. We'll be live on YouTube at SP Wrestling. Tune into that. It's going to be a great event. Platinum City is a great venue for us. This is part 2, right? We went last time. It was a great show.
They got the full bar. They got the full bar over there.
Yeah, man. They got some good food. Good
gotta level up.
I heard Paul Holloway sing karaoke. It was great. That's why he's the all.
Because I'm so talented.
He's a rest. Yeah, he's great, man. I don't think Nick can, but Paul, you got the singing thing.
Catch me and my partner singing the best duet you've ever heard. All right.
I got to see this on video now. I need to see this.
Yeah. I played DJ for a little bit. It was DJ Hollywood on the turntable for a little bit, but tune in September 12th. Yeah. Tune in September 12th. I believe the tickets are $15. They have full bar, music, karaoke, and come watch them pro wrestling September 12th. And
you get a $5 play card, right?
Yeah, you get a $5
Don't forget that $5 play card.
That's important.
Yeah, I know.
That's really important.
So important.
Yeah, you guys check it out.
Don't forget about the full bar. Do not forget about that full bar.
Yeah, the bar is good.
They make such strong drinks there, too.
They do make very strong drinks.
Great.
So strong that I was willing to do karaoke for free.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good time though. We got to play some basketball. We got to play some games.
Listen, I think anything that you guys are saying and promoting right now trumps nothing, because what's trumped by it is Frank Rocha singing karaoke.
Yes.
Come see Frank Rocha sing karaoke at Platinum.
Get him a couple
City
beers first, then he'll
referee,
sing karaoke.
Frank
Get him a couple
Rocha.
beers. Gotta get him a few.
thumb surgery.
Frank
I think that will
Wilson,
sell some tickets.
That
we gotta get the mic in his hand next time.
We gotta get the
He just
GoFundMe
needs
going
to
again.
Bruno Mars. Yeah, the GoFundMe.
Go
He
fund
sang
me for
Bruno
his,
Mars last
his
time.
audition for America's Got Talent.
yes,
Yeah, that was.
yes, that has to happen.
But we have another event, September 18th at the Moose Lodge in Attleboro, Massachusetts. It's going to be a big event as well. And September 19th will be
It's
in
crazy
Central
in there.
Falls, Rhode Island. The Knights
That's
of
crazy.
Columbus in Central Falls. We're going to have, great 3 shows in September. It's the road to Autumn Annihilation. It's going to be a great run.
Wait,
but we'll
Jay.
move on.
If you're gonna say Autumn Annihilation, you gotta say it right. It's Autumn Annihilation. Come on, you gotta say it with
But that's why you're
pizzazz.
the
You gotta say it
voice.
with some sauce on that, man.
Yeah,
No.
That's why you're
So
the
what's going to
voice.
happen, right, is now next time at Autumn Annihilation, the 2 most important faces you didn't get to see last time will be live and in living color. The flawless one, Nick Diamond, and the all Paul Holloway will be on the card.
Well, that's good.
You'll be deep
That is true. You guys didn't work on Annihilation. We're gonna have some new faces, I guess, TJ. But Autumn
guess so.
Annihilation, we don't have a date yet. It's to be announced. But we always kick it off with our Autumn Annihilation pre-show, kickoff show. With yours truly, Jay Hollywood. We'll probably get the boss, Chris Blackheart, again. We're gonna have a nice panel of pre-show kickoff. But that's a date to be announced. But I want to jump into this September 12th card. Actually, before I do that, let's talk a little bit about tag team wrestling. We have Nick Diamond and Paul. You guys are new to this tag team. And if you guys didn't hear, this might be breaking news to everybody. You guys are the new #1 contender for the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
Finally!
Yeah.
Of course
so
we
you
are.
guys
Of
will
course
have
we
a date set. I don't know when, but I got word in just this morning. You guys are the new #1 contenders. You guys will be defending,
Thank you.
going
Thank
on,
you for breaking news.
fighting the Pyramids of Power, the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship. So I don't know the date yet, but I'm gonna do a little spoiler here. You guys, in my opinion, deserve. You guys came together. You had, your differences in the singles division, but you guys came together, made a great team. So I wish you guys the best of luck on that, and see if you guys can claim those gold titles around those ways.
Obviously.
Right, TJ. What's your opinion on that one, right there, TJ?
Congrats on being
Okay.
ranked that high. I'll give you the congratulations, Paul. You're actually doing something for once.
Oh, I'm not even
something.
going to get started with him. Where is he? Over there? He's over there. I'm not even going to get
I
started
know.
with this
I
guy
know.
over here.
Well,
I'm
TJ,
proud
think
of you,
he
though.
learned from the loss.
I had faith in
Think he learned from
you.
his
It
loss?
took you long enough, but I had faith in you.
TJ, what you think? You think he learned from his mistakes and lost? What do you think?
I think he did. I think he
We're gonna
took the loss.
We're gonna
as
take a
motivation.
second, a little story time, right? So we were to go on a previous point with my partner Nick Diamond talking about Louis Leon's victory and winning a fake championship. We have a guy who likes to gloat himself on YouTube with a fake championship. So when me and Nick Diamond win real championships, why don't you and Louis put your fake championships on the line and we'll have a winner takes all match or something, right? Like that'd be fun to
I
have.
like that idea.
I kind of like that idea. I'm not gonna lie.
Tag team brown panties match. Let's do it.
Broad panties match. I don't know if I want to see that. I don't
want to see that with
No,
TJ
thank
on the
you.
post.
Nah,
All right,
it's
fine. I
okay.
win by default then.
I'll keep my clothes on. I'm okay.
But there's a reason
I
why
love the offer, though, Nick. I love the
ranked
offer,
that
though.
high as the new #1 contenders is the tag team championships. Because look at our division; it's in shambles right now. It needs a little bit of flawlessness. It needs a little bit of
about the big
spotlight
nasty
put
dogs.
back
They're
on it.
amazing.
Yeah, Buck Nasty,
They're
Big Dog
amazing.
Butler. What's going on with them?
Yeah, those
They're the
guys,
best
man, they're on the
I've ever
same
seen.
page. I think that's a team. They need to go to like a team therapist. They need to go see Dr. Phil or something. I think they're a
Dr.
good
Shelby,
team.
right? That's the
Yeah,
therapist for wrestling.
I think they're a good team when they're together. They were former champions in their rights, and then I think as a team they're good. But I don't know who's getting the blame here. I think one guy's blaming the other, one guy's blaming the other. Paul, who you think? Who you think is the guy?
Looks like the honeymoon's over. That's all.
I mean, to go, yep, exactly. I think the honeymoon phase is over. They won their championships, but now they've lost it. Now they're trying to point fingers at one another because they have no one else to point fingers at. They know that they lost them. They know it was their fault. But I don't know. Buck Nasty keeps saying he's the team leader, he's the team captain, so to speak, because look at the history, look at the lineage. He's had heavyweight championships. He's had multiple championships. He's kind of done more than Big Dog Butler has on paper in Showcase Pro Wrestling. I don't know. I think maybe that does poise him to be the leader of the team, and maybe Big Dog needs to follow in suit. But Big Dog's not a guy that you can just tame. He's a Big Dog Butler. You can't tame the dog. But I might have to go a little in favor with Buck Nasty here. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle here. I'm just feel like it's 50-50. You're a team. I believe in there's no I in team or whatever. It's together. If you lose together, you win together. They're losing together. That's my whole thing about that. Rambo, we sat at the Cumberland Fest this year, and we watched them lose another match. But just point fingers at each other. What do you think about those guys?
I do think they need to pull it together, work together a little more. Maybe one person does need to kind of take over if they feel like it's Buck Nasty that's kind of been the leader. Maybe they just have to change it up just a little bit. There's no I in team, but there's an I in win. Somebody on the team has to kind of take control, take over, and do what needs to get done. It'll be interesting going forward to see how that team continues to mesh, or if they end up turning on each other. But I think they're a great team. I hope they can pull it together, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah, man. I mean, if Nick and Paul here can do what they have to do whenever this day comes and becomes the new tag team championship, those guys, if they get it together, that could be a main event, actually a tag team championship match in the future right there. But TJ, what do you think about that? You think, you guys can get it together and then climb back up these rankings to become the number one contenders?
Well, I think as far as it goes for the team-wise, I think they just need to work out their problems, work out their issues. I think when it comes to these two big guys, again, you got to look at them. We've talked about it in the past. These are two singles competitors trying to create this super tag team here. It's not the mega powers here. Look at it this way. You got the big nasty dogs here in Buck Nasty and Big Dog Butler. Two guys who have dominated the singles division for a long time in Showcase Pro Wrestling. And I think with these two as a team, they just dominate. But even though they're not on the same page right now, give it time. I hope to see them back on the same page again. In like any relationship, you need to spice it up a little bit. And for them, I hope to see maybe who knows? Maybe they'll spice it up a little bit with their tag team. Who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But as far as I don't see any blame to put on anybody here. They're a team, and like you talked about over there, you coach you over there. There's no I in team. And if you fall, you have to pick yourself back up. You take every loss, and I love saying this because I know Paul loves hearing me say this. You take the loss, you use it as motivation.
Use it as motivation.
Use it as motivation, yeah. Use it as the motivation.
You can continue.
No, that's it. No, you just got to take that loss, use it as motivation. And for these two as a team, need to work out their differences. And if anything, put them in the ring together. They'll work it out. They'll beat it out of each other. But at the end of the day, they will hopefully come back together as one unit.
I think TJ could solve all the world's problems by using that one quote.
Yeah.
Take the loss and use it as motivation.
I'm glad. I'll use it as I'll put it on a campaign T-shirt or something for you. I'll send you the T-shirt.
Your presidential campaign?
Yeah, take the loss, use it as motivation. Yeah.
Just say no.
And well, that closes.
I know I'm not getting that vote.
A little bit. Yeah, that closes up our little tag team, division breaking news here. Congratulations again, guys, for being crowned the number one contender for the belt. Wish you guys best luck when that opportunity comes. But let's jump into this next event. This is what we've been waiting for here. The card. This is a jam-packed card here for Platinum City Gaming. Platinum City gets showcased once again, and we're gonna start with this first matchup featuring, Carlos Slaving and the Paul Holloway. He also be accompanied to the ring by his tag team partner, Nick Diamond. Paul,
the flawless Nick Diamond. Say it right if you're gonna say it.
I'm sorry. The flawless Nick Diamond.
Thank you.
So you guys, we're gonna go into predictions. I kind of already know you two. You got to pick yourself.
Oh, I
already
predict
know.
that Carlos wins all the
Yeah.
time. No. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
beat Carlos Slavin one way or another.
Okay, Nick, I already know your answer as well. You're sticking with the guy here, the old Paul Holloway. But you have any words of advice? You've been in the ring with Carlos. Do you have advice for your partner here?
Yeah, I have a few words of advice, Paul. I have a few words of advice with Carlos. Don't underestimate the little things that he does. He does everything for a reason, and I've taken that for granted. I'm not going to count on my hand. I don't have enough hands to count on that, but don't underestimate it. I'll be out there with you, and this time we're going over.
We're
gonna
taking
win.
that W.
Yeah, you coach him up. I mean, that's what a teammate is for. It's a team. It's not like, Big Dog and those guys. They're not team. You guys being a team here. You coach him up on the sideline. TJ, I don't know where you're at with this, but Carlos Slavin or
Is there a mute
Paul
button?
Holloway,
Is there a mute button before he says his answer?
You know what,
maybe.
Paul? You might be surprised by my answer because I was gonna say you.
No.
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
Taking the 3 count. I mean, taking the 3.
yeah, there it is.
I mean, come on. I had to. Come on. I just had to. Yeah, it's all right.
So,
Paul, like I said before, you know what I'm gonna say next to you, Paul. I think I don't have to say.
This is a never-ending back and forth spiel, so might as well just rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Rambo, how about you? I want your opinion, bro. I want your opinion.
your guy.
He may not like to hear it, but I think I got to go with Carlos on this one. He's used to having someone else in his corner and being able to tag out and tag in. Carlos obviously has the experience behind him. I think it could be a close one, but I think when it comes down to it, I think Mr. Slavin will be able to pull it off.
It's okay that you guys are wrong. It's okay.
It's 2-2 right now. I guess I get stuck in the middle. I'm gonna give you my opinion and my pick. I gotta go. I'm just a fan of these guys. Paul, I see Paul, getting the 1, 2, 3. This time around, this is
he knows
one of my new favorite tag teams right here.
Jay, blink. Do me a favor.
I'm
Tell
sorry.
me how much did he slip you? How much money did he slip you to say that?
Hey, he just let me anything. I don't know.
No money
He slipped you
slipping
the
here. No enhancement.
No money?
needed.
I mean, spoiler, I'm just going to hit him with
Paul
the chair.
Holloway
It's going to be disqualified.
is a changed man. I think Paul Holloway is a changed man. I think he changed. I think he did lose the losses as motivation. He found another guy, that can support him and help him. And I think I'm a fan of these guys. These guys, I feel like they're gonna have a bright future here in the tag team division. But in Timo's action, I'm going with Paul Holloway here.
Thank you.
I think someone paid him.
Somebody paid him.
Rambo,
match
that's
here.
Conspiracy here, Rambo.
I'm sorry.
I think he paid him.
We're gonna jump
We'll
into the
see.
next
You gotta
match.
prove
The
yourself.
next match is no other than the flawless one, Nick Diamond.
There it is.
Paul Holloway against
yeah.
the Whalum City champion, Louis Leon, the premier Louis Leon.
Why do you even
TJ
call him that? It's not even a relevant championship.
Yeah, who did that graphic?
I'm sorry, guys. My team here, they do it. I'm sorry. I'll make a phone call for you guys. I can try.
Is he going to be introduced as the Whaling City champion until we die? Like, I don't understand.
We just watched him get crowned the Whalum champion. I gotta call him that. My job.
So last month.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's okay.
we're gonna go through these picks. Rambo, who is your pick? Nick Diamond or the premier Louis Leon?
I gotta go with Nick on this one. They have gone back and forth a few times. I feel like there's a lot of animosity built up there, and he may come out swinging and get the win. He talks a big game, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I might have to disagree there. I feel like Lewis is on a good roll.
Starting to like again.
Sorry, Nick. I know you guys are my team. You're my team, but singles action, I think Louis Leon will be the victor here. TJ, who's your pick?
Well, I'm glad to know that nobody paid you for that one. But as far as it goes for it, I'm gonna have to say Nick. Experience over how green Lewis is. Lewis is
It's
still
all
new
over
to
the
the
place
business,
today.
but I'm going to say Nick Diamond with the
Hey,
experience.
okay.
He's going to take the win.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going
See, there you go.
4 against
Yeah.
1 here. I'm the bad guy.
Just
4
slip me the
against
money
1
later,
here.
Nick. Just slip the
But
money later.
we will see on September 12th if I put the money in
Jay.
the right pot.
My last match at Showcase Pro Wrestling before the pandemic, Lewis was a fan in the crowd watching me beat Alex Grayson. He was a fan in the crowd just a year and a half ago, watching Flawless Nick Diamond win. He doesn't have what I have, and I'm going to prove it.
Coming
Well,
from
you
somebody
will
who's wrestled Lewis many times, Nick's right.
Yeah, I mean, but we'll find out on September 12th.
Oh, we will.
I guess I lose this battle 4 against 1. Nick, you got a lot of fans supporting you, I guess, right now. A lot of people think you're gonna take the W. But we're gonna move on to our co-main event here. The number 1 contender for the Sons of Liberty champion, the sensational Scott Lebeck, versus the SOG, the Sons of Liberty champion, Ronnie Ribbs. Guys, Paul, who is your guy?
I said it earlier. My partner may or may not disagree, and that's okay because we're a team. We have to have disagreements. I think the SOG, Ronnie Ribbs, is walking away with the Sons of Liberty Championship still, with the Sons of Liberty Championship. I mean, he's only the 2nd Grand Slam champion in Showcase history,
Yep.
and that's something he has to live up to. He has to carry that mantle. And if he loses the title on his some odd defense, I don't know. It may give a bad image to what the championship means.
Yeah, I mean, he is the 2nd Triple Crown. He held every belt here in Showcase Pro Wrestling. He actually had a good run as a champion, in my opinion. He defended the title over Wayland City Festival weekend. I think he defended 3 times or 2 times. He just went through it. He defended the championship as a fighting champion. But I think this time he's going to fall short. I'm going to go with Scott Lebeck here. I think he will be crowned. He's won every belt if he wins this one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he becomes the 3rd Triple Crown champion, and I think that's what's going to happen September 12th. Nick, what do you think?
Well, not only is that true, but sensational Scott Lebeck is a 2-time Showcase Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Not a lot of superstars in our history have won that championship twice. And he's won the Tag Team Championships twice. There's no doubt in my mind sensational Scott Lebeck is walking out Sons of Liberty champion. That's nothing against Ronnie Ribbs, but Scott wants it more, and he needs it more.
Yes. Rambo, who are you going with?
I got to go with Ronnie Ribbs on this one. Kind of like I said earlier, obviously he has the resume. It speaks for itself. He hasn't had any time off. He's been going. He's been taking on everyone. Scott, he may be hungry enough, but I don't see this one being as close as I see the other 2 matches going. I think Ronnie's going to go out there and show why he is a Grand Slam champion, why he is the Sons of Liberty champion right now, and he'll do his thing.
Great. TJ, who's your pick?
It's tough. You have 2 veterans of Showcase Pro Wrestling, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Ronnie. Ronnie is going to still be, whatever we're gonna call him. We're gonna call it Grand Slam champion, Triple Crown champion. There's so many names for it. At the end of the day, it's going to be the still Sons of Liberty champion, and I think you're gonna see him dominate against Scott.
Great. I mean, we'll just have to see. Like I said, at Platinum City game in Taunton, Massachusetts, we'll see. Before I get into this last match, I just got word that we will be speaking to the champ, the SOG, Ronnie Ribbs, right after this with Rambo, Paul, and TJ. We'll be giving Nick Diamond go home early card, and we'll get Ronnie Ribbs up here for an interview. I just got word, and actually I just got word that we're just gonna have the word of the day with educator Christopher Spratt.
Oh, not this nerd.
Yeah, man, he
Favorite.
made his debut at Cumberland Fest. He fought the heavyweight champion Vega. Yeah, he fell short, but we'll have the word of the day. What do you guys think about this new guy here?
Are those cherries in his
I
picture?
believe
Those
the
cherries?
apples. I believe the
Oh.
apples.
Could have fooled me.
You know, he's an educator. He's a teacher.
Did we hire Matt Stryker's son? Like, what happened here? We hiring teachers again? I know
I don't
COVID
know.
really. I know COVID has hit a lot of people, and like a lot of people lost their jobs and whatnot. But like, wrestling and teaching doesn't really. I don't know. Yeah, he was a teacher, right? He's an educator.
Yeah. He's an educator.
What can he teach the flawless one? What can he teach the all? I know what he could probably teach TJ and what he could maybe teach a couple other people. But I don't know. He kind of seems like the guy who's never read the book on how to pick up women, to be honest. I don't know. He just seems like a nerd to me.
I don't know, man. I see this guy, we seen him at Cumberland Fest. He fell short. He had a big competitor. He got a title shot right away, this guy, and he goes fights the champ. He falls short from the champ. But I don't know. I see this this growl about him. I feel like he got this evil side in him. I just don't know. But we will see what the word of the day is on September 12th. TJ, what do you think about, the word of the day with the educator, Christopher Spratt?
I mean, he had a lot to say to that crowd in Cumberland Fest. That's all
Yeah,
I
he
gotta
did.
say.
Yeah,
I mean, when I asked him for his, so as a ring announcer, I'm trying to ask for like his information and whatnot. This guy's giving me his degree. He wants me to read his entire degree, like his graduates at Bridgewater State University. Want me to read the whole thing? I said one or the other. This guy wanted me to read this entire thing, this long list of laundry that he has in education, PhDs, whatever you name it, he has it apparently. I wonder what I'll be honest, whatever the word of the day is, I hope it's, I just hope it's more than what he was trying to persuade at Cumberland Fest.
Yeah, well, Cumberland Fest talk about COVID and he's wearing the mask and I don't know, a bunch of other stuff, but he had some words. We'll see what the word of the day is. But Rambo, what is your opinion about this guy, Christopher Spratt?
I see great things coming from him as well. He does give me kind of a dirty, do anything to win type vibe. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes. He talked about his degrees from Bridgewater State. I've heard he spent some time at other Ivy League colleges too. I heard he graduated with a 4.3. So if he can transfer what he does in school to wrestling, he may have a whole lot of things in his arsenal that he's ready to pull out here and there. And I see him taking on a lot of people and surprising a lot of people with his victories that will be to come.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if he can transfer that, the educator and all his smarts to the ring, get educated there, a lot of guys better watch out for this guy, Christopher Spratt. But we're going to go into this main event. Now, I'm a fan of the Showcase Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Vega. And he's fighting this nobody that comes from nowhere. I believe he lost to Carlos Slavin, the Vacuum. I'm never going to announce it. I'm just going to pop it up. You guys tell me what you think about this match. Vega and this nobody.
Ooh, this is interesting. I can get
There's
behind
nobody. I don't understand why, Don Cena Sr. is setting up all these matches for the champ. The champ goes through all this stuff with Scott Ladeur and all this craziness, and he puts him in a match with a pirate. I don't get it. My pick is Vega. Who's next? Nick, let's hear it.
I don't even know how to pronounce that other person's name, but Vega and I teamed together, a month ago? Definitely. I've been in the ring with Vega as an opponent, as a tag team partner. He's definitely walking away the heavyweight champion of the world. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it's pirate guy. You got to go back to wherever he's from. What do you think, Paul?
Oh, I mean, I got to go with Vega. He's my friend, my dear friend Vega. And listen, you did say it last time when he was here at Showcase. He faced off against the Vacuum. So, I mean, he didn't really have much to live up to against Carlos. But like you said, a pirate. So we got clowns, we've got pirates, we've got what else do we got running around here? We got dolls.
Who's booking this?
What's next? What's next? We got Mr. Rib coming around here. We got Matt.
We had Mr. Wrestling.
Yeah, we got Mr. Wrestling. We got Caribbean Kid. What is going on here?
I don't know. We had Apocalypse. I don't know what he is. He just painted red face.
We don't know where he comes from.
Don't forget about the
dogs.
Indians.
We got nasty people. We got an intro. Oh yeah, we got whales. We got we got vacuums.
I don't know what's going on, but I mean, from my knowledge, to be on the side of Duke, he fights all over the Midwest. I heard down south, he fights for all these big companies. We think he can come up here to our company and face our champion. I don't like it. But TJ, what do you think about this match?
I mean, all the names that we're bringing up at this point, we're just going to call it a circus.
Oh, a partridge in a pear tree. That's
at this point. I mean, wait, can you do me a favor? Can you pull that graphic up again? I want to see this guy again. Can you pull it up?
The pirate.
This guy. What is the guy's mouth? What is that?
It's his hand.
No. I'm saying like right next to like his note. Like I know the patch. Is that like a can? Is that a can in his mouth? I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, it's a gas
mask.
It's a gas mask. Jeez.
A gas mask, man. This guy. Well, look at the champ's face. See the champ face? The champ is ready at all times.
He's like, I really got to go up against a pirate. You put me against a clown. You put me against you put me against a doll. You put me against
a guy in a mask.
Psychopath. You put me against apparently a vacuum now. What's next? Like,
what is John Cena Sr. doing with Tavega? What's going on here?
Are we just gonna see brooms next? We're gonna see a broom?
But I just know Rambo. Who's your guy here?
Half-hour time limit match against the broom. I mean, at this point, like, what are we throwing at him? What are we throwing at the champ? Come on.
Yeah, no brooms. But the pirate, we've seen him before. He's a pretty large guy, like you said. He travels around. He faces a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I see Vega coming out on top.
This is a sweet 5-0 right here.
Yeah, he's got a fury. He's got grit inside him. Everyone goes up against him. They just seem to fall short. They can't pull it off in the end. I see this one maybe being a little easier than his past few. A good match. I see Duke maybe coming out strong in the beginning, but Vega all day.
Rambo, you a betting man?
This is definitely a challenge for him now that he has a little bit more of a step up against his last encounter with Carlos, and he's got a little bit more of a challenge. This is where he really proves himself to be more than a pirate.
Yeah. Well, he came to our grand opening back at Taunton. First thing with a crowd, he was the opening contest against Carlos Lebeck. But he comes back out of nowhere. He gets a title shot. I don't know, these guys getting title shots, not earning it. But he gets the title shot. But like I said, he's been all over the Midwest, down south, fighting for all these big companies and all this other crazy stuff. But he hasn't seen the champion Vega. This is his biggest match right here. But this is gonna be a show. I can't wait. Me and Rambo will be sitting ringside. With commentary will be live. I think this is the closing, guys. This is it. We went over our rankings, our tag division, all the card for September 12th, 4 p.m. Platinum City Gaming is gonna get showcased. Remember, $15 tickets, karaoke, food, bar, game cards, come play some video games.
And Frank Rocha on karaoke.
Yeah.
We gotta get that going. Come on.
Can't forget about that.
Can't forget about Frank Rocha doing karaoke, folks.
Yeah, man. We're gonna give Nick Diamond here a good night, goodbye. We're about to put the champ, the SOG, Ronnie Ribbs, up next with us. Thank you guys again. Nick, thank you for tuning in. And we'll hopefully see you next time.
Have the best.
Case Pro Wrestling recap. I'm TJ Albin, joined alongside with the all Paul Holloway, Jay Hollywood, Rambo, and we are being joined by the SOG, and he is the SOL champion, Ronnie Ribbs. Ronnie, thank you for taking the time to join us here. I want to just jump right into it. Right now, you're going to be going up against Scott Lebeck at Platinum City Gaming. Where's your mindset right now going into this championship match, being the champion? Where's your mind?
Well, when I first heard that Scott Lebeck was the number one contender, I kind of lost it a little bit, to be honest with you. See, we've already had 2 matches in the past. 5 years ago, we split a 1-1 over in New Bedford at the Whaling City Festival. 2 of the best matches I've ever had in my life, my entire career. I've talked about it to many people many times before. Then, a couple years ago before COVID, John Cena Sr., the actor at the time, made the match. He was Lebeck, number 3. I won that one. My question then became, why do we need a 4th? But in his defense, and to his credit, he did work his way to the ranks. He is the number 1 contender for the Sons of Liberty title. My Sons of Liberty title. So if we're going to do it for a 4th time and he ends up 1 and 3, that's not on me. That's on the board at SPW for making him the number 1 contender. All you're doing is hurting his ego. How much time is he going to spend on the beach after this? How much time is he going to spend chasing those little pugs around the house and shooting one all over the place? Y'all did this. Y'all brought the point down. I thank God I'm not facing a clown this time.
That's a good point.
But the truth is, Lebeck is great. It's time to find out who's greater.
I don't think I could have said that any better myself, but
Of course you couldn't. I did.
absolutely. But coming off of that, right? As somebody, I need some advice, right? As somebody coming into the tag team division and forming a tag team, and somebody has a long history of tag team wrestling, especially here in Showcase Pro Wrestling aside, you and the Fellowship, former tag team champions, I believe, was it 2-time tag team champions?
No,
Showcase Pro Wrestling?
listen here. I'm going to set it straight right away, okay? Lineage matters, so you need to know your lineage. The Fellowship are the longest reigning Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions in the history of this company. The history. Nobody even comes close. We only had to do it one time, Daddy. You better make your questions count, or maybe we'll make it too.
Well, I admired your work because you were a team that would win at any and all costs. And that's a mindset I like to go into wrestling. And as somebody who is trying to form a tag team with somebody who also follows the same kind of suit, what is something that you could bestow upon a fresh new tag team into a division like this that has larger-than-life people like Big Nasty Dogs, people like the Pyramids of Power? You know, going into this, people are going to underestimate who me and Nick Diamond are because they don't know us as well.
The easiest way to answer that is like this. We follow God's plan. You need to do whatever it takes to get you to the winner's window. You understand what that means, young man?
Absolutely.
Winning makes the money. Money talks, everything else walks. Just remember to put that in the title.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So obviously we've been talking about a lot of your achievements, multiple title reigns under your belt. I remember watching you compete in tag team years ago when I was just a fan. So my question to you is, how does it feel to be one of only 2 Showcase Grand Slam winners?
That's a hell of an honor. If you had been backstage the night that I won the Showcase Pro Wrestling Sons of Liberty title, I wasn't even thinking about that part. Kid, you were back there. You saw it. People said to me, "Oh, now you're a Grand Slam champion." I had to think about it. Yeah, I am. So now I need to hold that title in the way that I think a Grand Slam champion should hold it, which for me meant defending it against everybody. Guys from out of state, guys from in-state, clowns, whoever stepped up to the challenge, I had to defend that against them. I think so far I've done a pretty good job, but September 12th, Platinum City Gaming, Taunton, Massachusetts. This is by far the greatest competitor to step up, challenge me for the Sons of Liberty title. It's not with that. He's damn good. I'm just a little better. And now I'm a proof.
Well, that's great to hear. You know, Ronnie, we thank you for coming on tonight. Any last words before you step in the ring and defend your title?
Mark 934. So they traveled in silence because they'd already argued on the way over who was the greatest. 5 long years, God, Lebeck, I've been waiting to show that I am the greatest. The thing that's fueling me right now, it's 10:30 at night almost, and I'm here in my gym, my home gym. Where are you? The thing that fuels me, I keep playing it on repeat when your little buddy said, there is no God. And I saw the look on your face, the look of fear. Just know that God sent forth the Platinum City Wrestling, the Sons of Liberty champion, and I'll be leaving exactly the same.
Great, Ronnie. Thank you for giving us your time. I know you're home working out, getting ready for this match. Thank you again from Showcase TV and the Showcase recap. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.